Are you wasting your time at the climbing gym? So many climbers think what they're doing is going to help them get the best progress the fastest as possible, where in fact this just isn't the case. Hi, I'm Sarah from Send Edition, and welcome to 3 Minute Thursday, the show where we go through tips, tricks, and gear review in 3 minutes every Thursday. Today's video, we are talking about what actually helps you climb versus what people think helps them climb. So let's put time on the clock and get started. Let's start with the 3 things that people think will improve their climbing first. Number 1, and this is especially for beginners, they think that aggressive shoes are what's holding them back from their climbing, and therefore they need to spend $175 on a pair of shoes, probably the La Sportiva Solutions, so that they can reach the next grade. That being said, if you're climbing a route where you're completely vertical the entire way, maybe some aggressive shoes would be helpful. That way you can claw into those holds. But if you don't have your footwork down, it's really not going to help very much. So spend your time working on the footwork instead of spending the money on those fancy new shoes. Number 2 is spending the majority of your training projecting on a super hard climb. How many times have you been in a climbing session and instead of doing drills and climbing a bunch and working on a bunch of different things, you work on one climb? I'm totally guilty of this. I've spent an entire session working on one move. You know how much better I got at climbing from that climbing session? Probably not at all. I just fell a lot. Number 3 is climbers think that they need to lose weight if they want to climb harder. Though there tends to be a correlation between your body mass and how hard you can climb, this doesn't mean that you should starve yourself before your climbing sessions. This just isn't healthy and it doesn't support your progression in climbing. In fact, it can hurt your progression. Now let's talk about the 3 things you should be focusing on so that you can climb harder. Number 1 is you are going to climb a lot. Have you heard the story of the potter who makes 200 pots in 1 month, whereas another potter spends the entire month building one perfect pot? Which of these 2 do you think was better at pottery at the end? And it's the same thing in climbing. You don't want to spend your entire session projecting on that one route. You want to get a variety of climbs in. That way you can learn different movements for your body and you can feel better and more confident as you move forward. Number 2 is you need to eat healthy. This is not only with the food that you're eating, but also your hydration as well. I completely understand that there is a need for dieting if you're trying to lose weight, but make sure that you're providing your body enough fuel and hydration to support your climbing sessions. I know from experience that what I eat the day before and the day of, plus how much I'm drinking, makes a huge difference with how I feel during my climbing session and how hard I'm able to push. The healthier the fuel I have, the better my climbing sessions are. Now, number 3 is practicing technique on those easier climbs and gradually increasing the challenge of those routes. Technique is key to improving your climbing. Even the professionals spend significant time on technique. It's not all about strength, and in fact, you can improve your technique typically faster than you can build muscle. So certainly focus more time on technique. So if you aren't doing drills or focusing on your technique right now, spend the next few climbing sessions focusing on those techniques. This week's shout out is to N Hughes, who wrote, "Really enjoying your videos. I'm stuck at a B2 level and I can tell that I'm making a lot of mistakes that you highlight in your videos. I now have lots of ideas about what to work on. I'm so glad that you have a vision of what you need to work on next, and I'm excited to see your progress. Keep us up to date. And for everyone else, what do you find the most challenging with V2s and V3s? Be sure to share in the comments below." If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Your support means a lot and it actually helps, so please do so. Thanks so much for watching and enjoy climbing. Get better at climbing. He's going to get better at pottery than the one who spends their entire time focusing on the one perfect pot. So be the potter who does 200 pots instead of one pot, aka that's one pot.